audio noises.
Okay, I'll
So,
try
like,
not
you've
do
gotta
that.
just hold it and like, because 2 is 1 and 1 is none.
We built this, it was 57 days.
That was all one take.
Who will hopefully finish the King of the Hammers 2025 race.
I am so excited for this.
Hey guys, what's up? It is Holly. We're in Mischief Maker TV Garage, and Kevin has so nicely driven all the way here to come help and work on Nessie, who will hopefully finish the King of the Hammers 2025 race. Fingers crossed. Now, I went to the Mint 400 a good couple of years ago and decided that I want to do that. So we picked up a 2018 two-door JK, which is not much of that anymore, apart from the grille that's zip tied on the front. And we built this in, I think it was 57 days. Now, this garage did not look like this. We didn't have the lift. We had bare minimum tools. This is when I first started the garage, and we started the build over at Kevin Stearns' house. I didn't even know him, and he let us use his garage. And multiple people, multiple friends later, this was born. So this is Nessie, AKA the Rock Ness Monster. I am from Scotland originally, so instead of the Loch Ness Monster, the Rock Ness Monster. We have Nessie on the side of the car, and she is a 4500 car. Now, we've raced for 2 years. The first year we actually finished the car on the lake bed, and we passed tech on race day. As soon as we passed tech, 15 minutes later, I was going over the start line. I had never driven fast in my whole entire life. I had no idea what I was doing. I just put my foot down. The adrenaline was high, and yeah, the engine stopped. The alternator went. We had burnt some wires up. And I think we did 43 miles. Pretty good, pretty good. Now, fast forward a year forward, we come back to King of the Hammers again. We try again. We get through the first lap, which is perfect. And then we head into the second before heading down into Turkey Claw. Something didn't feel right. I thought maybe I was losing oil or something like that. I hopped out, and when I tried to switch the car back on, it wouldn't switch back on again. It was dead. The alternator. So, third time lucky. Hopefully we'll be able to diagnose this. And I am gonna let Kevin carry on with the story.
That was all one take. I don't even have to, I don't think she said or so or all right or any of the dumb things that I say. I think I just get to like play that segment. It's amazing. Professionals. All right, so see, I got an all right and a so in right off the bat. We're just getting started. Holly treated me to dinner, and now it's time to get some work done. We ran the car, we checked the charging system. It's charging a little bit. So I measured 13.6 at the battery while it was running, and I measured close to that at the alternator lug. But for whatever reason, the gauge cluster, the digital cluster, reads like a full volt lower. So there's definitely some voltage drop in there somewhere. But the more alarming thing is that as you add accessories, the alternator does not respond. It never climbs. In fact, you start losing voltage right away. So we're gonna pull the alternator off tonight, and then in St. George is a shop that sounds like one of those old school electrical shops that like knows what they're doing.
I just love the fact that you're so excited.
I told Holly, I got here today and I was like, I am so excited for this, and you're not even gonna understand why. I love it when you find a shop that has a guy that's been there for like 40 years and all he does is that thing, and he's like a master of his craft. It sounds like this shop is that place, and I'm honestly gonna be like devastated if it's not, because now I've built it up in my head that Brian at Interwest Rebuilders is like the alternator guru. So we're gonna take this alternator off, take it down there tomorrow, and let him tell us what we got, what we need. And then there's a lot of wiring on this thing to look over and make sense of. I'd like to figure out where that voltage drop is and all those things. What else are we gonna do while I'm here? We're going to You want your seat?
Yeah, my seat needs to be raised higher. I look like a 4-year-old child in a truck, so I can definitely raise it higher. When I first built this, I was under a time crunch, and honestly, I was just happy that there was a seat in there. So we're gonna make it a little more comfortable in there. And the pedal position and the brake pedal, we need to work on all of that stuff.
Yeah. So I've been emphasizing how important driver comfort is, because when you're at hammers like racing, you might be in the car for 9 hours, and if you're not comfortable, you're not going to perform well. Everything's going to go bad. So I want Holly to be as absolutely comfortable in her seat as she can. That way I can just run around on the trail and
yell at me to go faster. That's what he's going to end up doing.
No. Let's get started. Get this alternator off. Solving the charging system on this Crate LS3 has been an education for me. So I've never had the money to buy a crate motor. The LS came in several different crank pulley configurations, and I learned that this one is truck spacing, also 2010 and up Camaro crank spacing, so all the accessory drive needs to match that. This distance between the two mounting gears on the alternator is specific to the 5th gen Camaro or the Corvette C5, C6. So getting a self-exciting alternator to match this pattern was the challenge, but Interwest Rebuilders in St. George, Jim and Brian are making it happen. So they're gonna build 2 Denso alternators, because 2 is 1 and 1 is none. And Holly's gonna be good to go here pretty soon. So I'm gonna put this bracket back on the block, and then we're gonna move on to some other stuff. Never need again.
Yeah, don't need the plug anymore.
So that should be fine.
Goodbye, plug.
The bracket's on and tight.
Okay.
And all 2 alternator bolts are in the bracket. Okay. So you don't have to text me and say, where'd you put the alternator bolts? They're in the bracket.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you to check your photos, because we made a video. Okay?
Yes.
But, I'll also remind you on video that your alternator we took off is at Interwest. So
Thank you.
So when you pick up the new alternators, get your old one back.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe they'd even test it for you, so you could like sell it on Marketplace.
Ooh, that would be so good.
Because O'Reilly's lists that at like $300 and something, so you could probably sell it for $150.
Wow.
To some weirdo like me.
Do you want an alternator?
No.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Is that it?
That's it for that. Yeah.
Okay,
I
instructional.
Just wanted to move on from that, so I can go do something else.
Okay. Maybe start setting up your side of the car.
No.
No.
We're not gonna do that. We're gonna do pedals. We're gonna do you first.
Oh,
we're gonna make
pedals.
sure you're comfortable.
Yeah, pedals.
You're gonna get your seat out. We're gonna do pedals.
Yeah. I've only been trying to get the seat out of the car for probably the past hour and a half.
But I won't let her get anything done.
But between things, I just haven't got anything done. It's all good though. It's time to move. Move, move, move.
So the seat brackets were here, there, and there. The way they were set up in this thing, Holly's been over here getting them ready. They laid on the tube like this, which put the mounting hole below, well, kind of probably almost like tube center line. So all we're gonna do is actually just flip them up. That way it puts the bolt up above the tube. And that's probably about the lift she wanted. However, they all had 2 holes drilled in them. So she's welding some more nuts on the back side. So we're gonna basically just flip them over, bolt them to the seat, set the seat in there, and then see if we can figure out where she wants to be front to back, and then we'll get them tacked up. And then we'll, after that, we're gonna tack the pedals. There's a couple things going on down here with the pedals. Number one, the gas pedal is too far left. It's very unnatural when you're sitting in here. Your leg is more over here, so we got plenty of room, so we're gonna get the gas pedal over there. And then the other is, this pedal is obviously very homemade. But what's happening is, since she added Hydro Boost, she's got a Hydro Boost system here. She has so much braking advantage now that she has too much pedal ratio. You have like 0 feel, and the pedal has to go really far to get the brakes to activate, like down to the firewall. So we're gonna redo the pedal ratio on that. But I wanted to mount the seat first, since we're not moving the steering column. So we'll get it where she wants to be in relation to the steering wheel, and then work on the pedals. Made a gas pedal mount yesterday. Ended up, the best thing to do was I heated up the plastic pedal and kind of recontoured it. So we got the gas pedal location figured out. Today I'm gonna pull all the brake stuff out and try and make a new brake pedal, change the pedal ratio, and then I think that'll be the final piece of like driver comfort for Holly.
A lot's happened in the past couple of days. And for 2 YouTubers, we haven't really filmed too much of it.
That's true, yeah. Too busy working. Well, that's a wrap for this visit to Holly's. We got gas pedal moved, brake pedal moved, seat moved,
Yeah,
and shop blown to pieces.
absolutely blown to pieces.
But it looks promising.
It does. And we figured out maybe the alternator thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Those were
the
the things that I asked you to come here for this
Yeah,
time.
that's true. So yeah, we got a pretty kick butt alternator that'll be here in a few days. I won't be here. Holly will handle that.
I will.
And then we got her driver comfort stuff a lot better. There's some vehicle limitations that we're both not thrilled about, but it's a lot better.
Way better.
And next time I see you, it'll be in the desert. Put some miles on it.
Be on the lake bed. So we'll see how everything goes.
Okay, stay tuned for that episode. We'll get some seat time, do some desert, do some rocks.
I think I fed him too much pizza.
Yeah,
I think this is what the problem is right now.
we smoked an entire pizza, and
Too
I
much
feel
pizza.
sick.
Wow.
All right, see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.